The last time I made a betting video was June of last year for the Belmont Stakes. And in addition, that was also the second to last day of racing at Golden Gate Fields. So when I made the video for the Belmont Stakes, I also made the video as respects to Golden Gate Fields racetrack. Um, and that following day, Golden Gate Fields had its final day of racing. Um, After Golden Gate Fields, I did go to watch races at Pleasanton for a couple days, even for the 2 days for the Breeders' Cup. And now there won't be any racing at Northern California. Um, so, but as the saying goes, time you have to move on, and that's what we're all doing as handicappers, especially those from Northern California. And this is a time of year where I get really excited. It's because of the Triple Crown races, or the prep races for the Kentucky Derby. And so today is the Risen Star Stakes. There's a pick four and a pick five. One thing I liked about Golden Gate Fields, my favorite bet there was the Golden Hour pick four, which was the last two races of Golden Gate Fields and Santa Anita. And the Golden Hour pick four was a $1 wager. So for today, there's a pick five for like $1 million pick five, um, 50 cents. But I'm going to go to my bread and butter since I like pick fours in general. So I'm going to do the 50 cent pick four. And with the 50 cent pick four, I could be a little bit more aggressive. Whereas with the $1 Golden Hour pick four, I couldn't be as aggressive. It made me actually a better handicapper to be more selective. Um, so for this 50 cent pick four, I'll use what I learned from the Golden Hour pick four, but a little bit, but be more aggressive in terms of the bets. So in the Golden Hour pick four, I usually pick three horses from each race. So that would equate to like $81 if you because three times three times three times three with a $1 bet is $81. So in the pick for today at the fairgrounds, I'm going to pick more horses since it's 50 cents. So for the first race, I'm going to pick four horses. So um, the it's going to be the first race is the pick four. First leg is the Mine Shaft, and it's a grade three stakes at a mile and a eighth, 16th. Sorry about that. So the four sort of horses I'm going to pick are as follows. I'm going to pick number three, Tuscan Sky. Um, he's one of the favorites, and actually he's actually won at fairgrounds. He's 1 for 1, but it was on a sloppy track. Apparently now it's fast today, but the fact that he didn't win, he's undefeated at fairgrounds, is one of the reasons I'm going to pick this horse. The other horse I'm going to pick is Hall of Fame. He's a horse by Gunrunner, and if you notice my channel, I look when I handicap race, I look at it from the pedigree standpoint. So in terms of this horse Hall of Fame, he's by Gunrunner, who's a late bloom, who himself was a late bloomer, and his horses have tended to be late bloomers. He's also a million. He's also was purchased as a I believe as a yeah, he was also purchased for over $1 million at an auction. So um, last year he was trying to go for the Derby Trail. He didn't do that well, but the last two races he's won. So and he's the only horse who has 100 Beyer speed figure. So he's the second horse I'm going to pick for this first leg of the pick four. The other horse I'm going to pick is Catching Freedom, and he's actually won on this racetrack. And his last race was actually the Louisiana Derby. Prior to that, on the Risen Star Stakes 1 year ago, he ran third. So he has an affinity for this track. Uh, So that's my third horse, and the eighth horse um, is going to be my fourth horse. Is the number eight, Komorebino Omode. I'm sorry, I apologize if I can't pronounce this. Um, this is going to be my long shot for this pick because he's 8-1, and I'm a huge California Chrome fan. So even though he's been in Japan, he does have a an American pedigree, and so he's been the last few races. He's either been first, fourth, or second. But at 8-1, I'm gonna take a chance on this horse, on the number eight horse for the first leg. The second leg of the pick four is the Fairground Stakes. It's a mile and eighth turf course, and the first horse I'm going to pick is What Say Thee. As this is a turf race, his sire is Sea of the Stars, who who was the Epsom Derby winner and a Arc winner in Europe. So that's and it, Ryan won, and last year he had a three-race winning streak. Even though he has the rail, this race is kind of for lengthy for in terms of where his position is. But I think it's with his pedigree, he's one of the choices I'm going to pick. Also, in the second leg, I'm going to actually pick five horses. As I said, I'll be a little more aggressive. And actually, the second horse I'm going to pick for in the second leg is Gigante. If I look at his racing form in terms of fairgrounds turf, he's in the money. He's been running three times in four fairground turf starts. In addition, his sire line. His grandsire, Giants Causeway, was a Grade 1 winner on the turf. So that's my second horse I'm going to pick in this second leg of the pick four. The third horse I'm going to pick is Units Economics. It's because Chad Brown is the trainer, and anytime there's a graded turf stakes with a race, and Chad Brown is the trainer for the horses, I'm going to pick the horse, no matter what the form is. And with his reputation, usually the odds will play into effect. And in this case, this horse's odds is 5-1. But yeah, it's a Chad Brownie trainee on a graded turf stakes. Is one of the reasons why I'm going to pick Unit Economics in this leg. The other one I'm going to pick is number 5, Relapango Verde. Sorry about the pronunciation. He's ran turf once. Well, no, I should take that back. His last turf win was at Keeneland, and this is a wide open race. And Kenny Mythpeak is a very underrated trader. He's a very good trainer, but I think he's very underrated on the grass race. And at 8-1, he's a pretty good long shot play in this wide open field. And the fifth horse I'm going to pick is Taking Candy. So, and one of the reasons is Taking Candy sire, Twirling Candy, a very versatile sire. Could sire winners on the dirt, turf, and synthetic. And this, even though this race is a mile and 16th, Twirling Candy's progenies tend to have speed. This might just be enough distance for this horse. So that's why I'm picking also Taking Candy on the second leg of the pick four. The biggest change on the pick four will be race 13. Because there was multiple horses that got scratched. So this actually affected how I was going to bet the pick four today. Yesterday I had I thought about picking four horses in in each of the four races, but with the multiple scratches in race 13, I decided this morning I had to readjust in terms of how I'm going to play the pick four. Due to the multiple scratches in this third leg, there's only four horses in racing. I'm going to pick three. Now, one of them is going to be the major favorite. It's going to be Good Cheer. The horse right here is borderline like 6 to 5 because there's going to be 4 horses in this race. Expect this to be a very low odds. I wouldn't be surprised, like 4 to 5 or 3 to 5, maybe even 2 to 5. And normally with a horse like that, I would single it. This horse is undefeated, so yeah, I would the play would be to make this horse just to play this as a single on the third leg. But even though this horse is undefeated, um, the buyer speed figures is okay. This is not like this horse was running 100 buyer speed figures. So even though this horse is undefeated, it doesn't mean that this horse cannot be beaten. With the buyer speed figures, mainly the highest, 86, there's a possibility that this horse could be upset. And as I mentioned, one of the scratches, this affected one of the scratches because I was thinking about picking the third horse. But since the third horse was scratched, I'm going to pick the fifth horse. This is the second horse I'm going to pick on this leg. And two of the reasons, one, it won the last 2 races. And also, I look at the purchase price. Okay, this horse was purchased for $600,000. The sire is $20,000. So basically, this is 30 times the purchase. The purchase price is 30 times than the sire's stud fee. So there was potential regarding this horse when it was purchased. Even though, and then there's an improvement too in terms of the buyer speed figures. He ran at 59 when it first won her race, and then the following race it jumped to 73. So this could be a pretty good a long shot play. This third horse I'm going to pick, and this was actually one of my original horses I plan to pick, was going to be is Bless the Broken, and so it only won. I noticed it's only won once in her debut, but it finished twice in the last 3 races. So this horse seems to be inconsistent. But given the fact that it has been second twice, and I looked at the buyer speed figures. If you look at this horse here, the best buyer figure is 83 for this horse. The favorite, Good Cheer, her best buyer speed figures is 86. So if there's going to be upset, this could be the horse right here. In the Rachel Alexander, that's the number 7, Bless the Broken. Now the feature race, the Risen Star Stakes, and in this race I'm going to pick 4 horses. The first one I'm going to pick is the number 1, American Promise. This is going to be a long shot, and if you look at the pedigree right here, if you look at the race, okay, it's only won once out of 7 races. But if you look at the pedigree, he's by Triple Crown winner, Justify. And if you look at his dam, this who's by Tappet, this horse here is a half brother to the multiple stakes winner, Hoosier Filly. And with the trainer D-Wayne Lucas, this could be one of his late blooming 3-year-olds. So at 12-1, I think this is a good American Promise. Number 1 is a good a long shot play. The other horse I'm going to pick is Vassimo. So he's undefeated, and he's going to run twice. And so the first time he ran was in December, and then he ran in January. So I think right now he's still a horse is fresh. So that's the other horse I plan to pick. So the number 4 horse is going to be the favorite in East Avenue. So he's 2 for 3, and in fact he just absolutely bombed his last race in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So heading up to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, this was the leading 2-year-old in the country last year, but he bombed in the Juvenile. Yes, he did stumble. But if you're a really good horse, you have to overcome those mistakes. And this horse right now is 9-5. If this horse had won the Breeders' Cup, this horse wouldn't be 9-5. This probably is starting off maybe 6-5 or even money line. This horse is beatable. So, but at 9-5, and the fact that he prior to the Breeders' Cup, he was undefeated. He's going to be in my choice for the last leg of the pick 4. So the final horse I'm going to pick is number 9, Built. So his last race at the fairgrounds, he finished second. But prior to that, his race at fairgrounds, he won. So he has affinity of this racetrack. At 5-1, that's pretty good odds. And so his sire is Hardspun, who finished second in the Kentucky Derby. And I think at 5-1, this is a pretty good odds. So in my pick 4, I'm picking 4 horses in the first leg of the pick 4, 5 horses in the second leg of the pick 4, 3 horses in the third leg of the pick 4, and 4 horses in the last leg of the pick 4. With the 50-cent pick 4, that equates to $120. So if this was a $1 pick 4, that'd be $240. But as I mentioned, since this is a 50-cent pick 4, it's only $120. So that's not bad for this type of bet, and with the quality of field. If I was going to do a straight long shot, a single long shot play in the pick 4, this is what I would do. And I would probably put, let's say, maybe $10. So it's just going to be one horse from each race. And if you lose $10, you lose $10. So here's the horse that I plan to pick. I might even do 40 if just for the heck of it, since the 50-cent pick 4 was only $120. I might use $40 for the single pick 4 for the long shots. So in this case, the horse I would play is number 8 from the first leg, Komore Bino Omode. The second leg, I would pick number 1 for the What Say Thee. The third leg, I would pick number 7, Bless the Broken. And the last leg, I would pick American Promise. So those are the 4 horses I would do for a single long shot play for the pick 4 for $40. And why did I pick that? Well, because they have AP Indy in their pedigree. So AP Indy is a horse that I really admired growing up, and in terms of watching him race on TV, and also from pedigree standpoint, very influential. So that's why those are the reason. That is the reason why I picked those 4. So as the saying, so those were my choices for the Golden Hour pick 4, and I'll end up by saying what I said before when it comes to betting. You bet small to win big. So good luck, everybody.